So I have a classroom at Bellaire and we're in the Maple community. My classroom is mostly an ASD classroom. They're very brilliant individuals who really love technology and love being outdoors in nature as well. So it's a fun mix. We were learning about different body systems. So we were learning about the respiratory system and the circulatory system, which is something that we can't, you can't really see those systems in person. So it was really cool for them to learn about it, kind of do, some of the more direct instruction about it, but then have this great activity to supplement that instruction where they got to actually see inside what the body looks like, and to give them that visual was, I feel, really helpful for a lot of students who tend to learn best when they can see something visually. And I mean, we'd go down you'd see like the pipe of the esophagus, and for them to like look into it like the tunnel, it was like they were all freaking out, and it was really cool for them to like be turning their heads, and when you're holding the tablet, seeing what they're looking at and what they're really engaging with was, I think, really even reinforcing as a teacher to see them really enjoying what they were looking at. I think they had a better understanding because they were able to make it, it seemed more relatable to them. So they were actually able to be like, oh, this is how this relates to my body specifically. I think one of the things that was really impactful was we saw two different versions of the lungs, and one was like a really healthy lung and one wasn't a healthy lung. And for them, when they all saw the healthy lung, they were like freaking out. They were like, no way, I don't want my lungs to look like that. And I felt like at the end of the unit, students were able to answer a lot of those questions that they didn't understand right away at the beginning. And the expeditions definitely did help because they were able to see visually those answers as well. I think it was really cool. One of the things that was really fun for me was when we were doing the cell unit. It was really cool because we had been talking about it on the board. We'd seen like a lot of 2D visual representations of it. And then we got in there, or into the virtual reality tour, and right away students were naming the things that they were seeing, which was so cool for them to really just take the ownership in it, and I guess just try to find those answers for themselves was something that was really enjoyable for me to watch students do. I felt like the time that went the best with our expedition is the time that I had a sheet that they had go with it, so as they were looking at the expedition they'd have to pause and then answer the question and then come back to the expedition. Otherwise, I felt like sometimes they maybe got a little bit too distracted because it is really exciting when you put the goggles on and you're able to see that really cool visual of things around you. And I know if I put them on, I would be the same amount of distracted. I'd be like, wait, what did you say? I'm in this whole other world. So it gave them a way to really pause, answer a question, and then get back to what the instruction was that went with the virtual reality tour. So I was able to be a lot more intentional with, this is the question we're trying to answer when we're looking at this in our virtual tour, it was a really good growing experience for me, and I know going forward I'm definitely going to approach it from that way instead of having it more of like, we're just looking at the body system. Like, we're going to be very intentional about, you're looking for this when you're inside this view in the virtual reality, it was really cool. And I think the students enjoyed it more too when they understood they were looking for something.